Hey guys, some fun news out of the Jeep world because Jeep just released a new concept vehicle they call the Top Dog Concept. Now every year, Jeep typically releases a bunch of really interesting concepts over at the Easter Jeep Safari. And this year, Easter Jeep was canceled because of the crazy world situation. And I have a feeling that Jeep has a bunch of vehicles they built for the Easter Jeep Safari that they didn't have a chance to reveal, and we're going to see a few of them leak out over the next few months. And I have a sneaking suspicion this is one of them, the Jeep Top Dog Concept. Now, as concepts go, this one is kind of an interesting one because it is largely built using Mopar and Jeep Performance parts. However, it does have some bespoke things on it that make it different than a standard Gladiator with Mopar bits added, and we'll go over those in this video. Now, the other thing that makes this Jeep interesting is when they do these concepts, they typically add on little bits and pieces here and there that we may see in future production Gladiators. So I'm not saying that the Top Dog concept will actually make it into your hands at the dealership, but it certainly is a cool way to demonstrate the things you can buy from Mopar for your Gladiator and be able to outfit them at the dealership, you know, still have your warranty and the like, but it also demonstrates some cool potential for more outlandish stuff that you can do if you want. Now, the Jeep Top Dog concept here was built as a bike rig, and what I mean by that is they targeted this vehicle at the hardcore mountain bikers. So you'll notice in some of the pictures and videos you've got a set of mountain bikes on top, and we'll talk about some of the things they've done to incorporate the bicyclist lifestyle into this Gladiator. Now, starting at the front here, we have the Jeep or Mopar Bumper. It's a modular bumper with removable end caps. This one is kind of cool looking funky grill guard there. It also has a Warren winch in the front. I do really like this dark blue color. I think it looks great, and they have a custom hood on this rig. I'm hoping this is one of the things that does make it into production because I think the vents along the side are a really cool look. Up by the A-pillar, we see a set of Mopar LED light pods. Just below that, a large vent to vent the air coming out of the 285 horsepower 3.6 liter V6. Now, suspension wise, it's rolling on the Mopar 2-inch Fox Shock lift kit, and it has a set of 37-inch BF Goodrich tires mounted on true beadlock wheels. This is a nice setup. I think 37 are kind of the sweet spot in the Gladiator lineup. You know, you can go bigger, you can go 40s or 44s, but the Gladiator is such a long wheelbase vehicle anyways that, you know, you'd be better off at that point to get a Wrangler if you're building a hardcore rock crawler. But 35, 37 seem to fit the Gladiator nicely. Give it a little bit of extra clearance, give it a little bit of a tougher look, but still allow you to drive it comfortably every day on the road. We also have a set of flat style fenders on this puppy. So the standard Gladiator has a more plastic setup, you know, with the turn signals incorporated into the fender. You can see they've gone with the flat metal kind on this vehicle. I don't know where they actually moved the turn signals to. That would be a good question. I'd have to do some investigating there. Now, very beefy rock rail setup down the side. Very important on the Gladiator. They have a good set of rock rails because, like I said, with that wheelbase, you do have a lot of exposed sheet metal. And when you come inside, you notice some interesting things as well. This has custom cat skin seats with blue stitching to match the outside. But my favorite feature is actually the dashboard, and they have color matched the dashboard with the exterior color. Now, I've always wondered why Jeep doesn't do this on all their models when it comes to Wrangler and Gladiator. Like if you get a Rubicon, you can get that red dash, but if you have like an orange Jeep, I always thought that kind of clashed and looked funny. I wish that the dash color perfectly matched the outside color. I've always thought that was a cool, really sleek look, and I love that they're doing that in this concept. Hopefully, that is one of the things we see coming to full production Gladiators because I love that color match look. It's just kind of retro cool. Now, moving out back, the first thing you notice is it's missing its bed. So the Gladiator, of course, is a traditional pickup truck, but this has been set up with a P-Core flatbed system. I don't believe this is something sold through Mopar. It's a separate deal, but it's a really interesting look because you lose the bed altogether. Instead, you get a flatbed and this full storage system, which you can fill up with all sorts of gear that's lockable, that's ready for your expeditions. Now, you typically see these setups like in Australia. Very common to see something like this on like a Toyota Hilux or in a Isuzu D-Max, for example, but they actually outfitted this Gladiator with it as well, and on the inside you got a number of drawers, some storage, but you have a couple of interesting things that they say are targeted for the hardcore mountain biker. I'm talking about a fridge to keep your beverages nice and cool, and a weenie warmer, a hot dog warmer. So if you're out on the trail after a long day of biking, you can come back to some fresh, warm hot dogs. That's definitely a little quirky. So that's on one side of the storage system. On the other side, they have storage for tools and the like to help you get off the trail. The bed corners actually have little cubbies in them as well, so you're fully outfitted if you have a flat out on your mountain bike or whatever, or you need to mess with it out in the woods. Now out back, they still have a full-size spare mounted to this P-Core setup. I'd love to know the cost of this because it looks very expensive. Typically these flatbed or storage systems are very pricey, but full-size spare out back. And then you notice up top we have dual roof racks, one over the cab and one over the actual P-Core setup, so that you can carry all your bikes and all your gear when you're going wet in the boonies. You could also put a rooftop tent up there, I imagine, if you wanted to sleep out for the weekend. This, of course, has the Jeep snorkel on it like we installed on our Gladiator. So it's a very interesting build. I typically would see this done for like an overlander build, right? Someone that's like, look, we built this to go tackle the malls in South Dakota, if you will. But to have this set up more as like the Jeep focus is definitely interesting. You can definitely tell that Jeep is trying to target all hobbies. So you got mountain bikers. I'm sure there'll be like a kayak edition at some point. Maybe there'll be like a surfing version. Anyways, let me know what you think of this concept in the comment section below. I think it's a sleek looking build. I love the dark blue. And if any of these parts you think should make it into standard production on the regular Gladiators, let me know about that in the comment section below as well. One last thing, rear mounted winch as well. So you can winch yourself forward and backward. Maybe you could winch up 2 trees and have like a hammock deal. No, I'm kidding, don't do that. But as always, this has been Tommy with TFL Off-Road. Check out TFLoffroad.com for the latest and greatest in new Jeep concept reviews.